In the midst of this environment, Karl Wilhelm Wiederhold, a Lutheran minister, and Loretta Fredrika nee Arends, one of our great-grandparents, had finally settled in a village, Mariensee, some 25 kilometers southwest of Danzig. They had 12 surviving children. The first child, Karl Conrad Friedrich Gustav, born in 1831 in Schöneck, married Anna Marie Louise Dross. One of their children, Erich Wilhelm, is the grandfather of Geo Wiederhold. Karl Wilhelm and Loretta Friedrich's 12th child, Johannes Thomas Benjamin, is one of our grandfathers. Was born on the 18th of April 1858 in Mariensee. Johannes was enlisted as a second-class reservist in the German Defense 4th Infantry Brigade and became a fish and salt merchant, Großkaufmann, in Danzig, travelling regularly to Glasgow and Bordeaux, and owned a warehouse on the docks. He married Maria Pallasch, her second marriage, born 1865 in Langfhur, Danzig. Maria was the first of 6 children of Johann Ferdinand Pallasch, born in 1841, who was a master decorating painter, and Charlotte Matilda Zenger. Maria's grandparents, Johann Heinrich and the Domansky sisters, Anne, Julian and Anna Maria, were living in Langfhur at that time, about 1820, when the village had 636 inhabitants, of which 42 were Mennonites. The Mennonites, who originally lived in the Netherlands, had been encouraged by the Teutonic Order to restore vast tracts of marshland in Prussia, some of it 2 meters below sea level, from Danzig to Tilsit. They were leaders in the utilization of that land, growing wheat and beet, and herded cattle producing high-quality milk and cheeses. Tilsit cheese is still renowned today. Reforms in 1847 facilitated the purchase of land in installments by tenants including Jews, who, at their peak 1.3% of the population, received some relief in 1847. However, were only fully emancipated, together with other minorities, by the German Reich Constitution of 1871. Jacob Theodor, one of our great-great-grandfathers, born in 1827 in Koningsberg, of Jewish descent, bought the Kirschappen Estate, on which he cattle farmed and married Julie Levinson in 1851. They had 6 children, 5 sons and 1 daughter. One of their sons migrated to England, while a younger son, Adolf, who is another of our great-grandfathers, born in 1860, married Kate Panke Dorings, a Christian, and purchased the estate Kirschappen on the 11th of August 1886. They had 2 daughters, Theodora in 1887, our grandmother, and Dorathea in 1889. The cultures around Danzig and Koningsberg in my grandparents' youth 1850 to 1900, consisted predominantly of descendants from the Germanic, being the predominant, Slavic, Baltic, Scottish, Mennonite, and Jewish tribes, with varying cultural and religious beliefs. Socially integrated, yet the political power seekers creating conflicts within the society and fighting over this territory. No different to anywhere else in the world over time. Russia's Alexander III, 1881 to 1894, attempted to Russify Poles, Lithuanians, Latvians, and Finns, eliminate dissent and allow the peasants to expel Jews who lived amongst them. Thus the pogroms started. In 1892, 14,000 Jews were expelled from Moscow to the Pale. Altogether, during 1881 and 1904, 2 million Jews migrated, mostly across the seas, half of them via German assistance and German ports, with financial assistance from Baron de Hirsch and the Rothschilds, et al. And in 1885, Chancellor Otto von Bismarck introduced the wide-ranging expulsions of all types of foreigners. The influx of Jews fleeing Russia led to a blanket resistance against all Jews in the Vatican, a sick article, France, the Dreyfus affair, Austria, the right wing took control, Bohemia and Germany. Also, the Jews, who had for generations merged into the Western cultures, did not see eye to eye with the immigrant Jews that came from different religious orientation, social and economic background. From 1898, the Russian Social Democratic Labour Party, which included the newly formed Mensheviks and Bolsheviks, the latter being the primary exponent of Marxism, advocated complete social, economic and political revolution. Further major industrial developments came onto the horizon. The arrival of electricity in the 1880s caused a stir. It was immensely expensive and therefore terribly chic. A light bulb cost the same as an average week's wage, and you needed your own home generator, thus not yet pervasive in its use. The year 1886 is regarded as the birth year of the modern motor car, energized by fuel, not steam, as a result of burning coal. A mindset change. Imagine a small vehicle housing coal. The potential benefit would be more flexible transportation. The challenge was to obtain inexpensive fuel in large quantities and to build a suitable road infrastructure. It was quickly concluded that fuel refined from oil was the way to go. But Europe, including the British Isles, had on its own land an abundance of coal, but no known oil deposits nor suitable materials such as asphalt for building a road infrastructure. In that year, German inventor Karl Benz built the Mercedes patent Motorwagen. Motorcars did not become widely available until the 20th century. Benz was the largest motorcar company in the world with 572 units produced in 1899. In 1891, Auguste de Roy and his Peugeot colleague Louis Rigolard completed the longest trip by a petrol-powered vehicle, 2,100 kilometers. They were also attached to the first Paris-Brest-Paris bicycle race, but finished 6 days after the winning cyclist, Charles Theron.